Hi guys, here we are on Lithalia's ba, 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 ba. Here we are on Lithalia's Little Hook with Melanie for another edition of Mel's Makes. I had recorded one of these, but it's a little out of date because I have moved on from what I had been making and already finished some of the whips, and they are faux and so on. So I want to update it. So let's do that. Welcome to everybody who's new, and welcome back to my returning friends and family. See my skull hand. If you can't see what that says, it says feral ant. I have 5 beautiful children by my older sister. I have an older sister and a younger sister. Yes, I am the middle child, and we are all girls. But I had to act like the older child, the oldest, for most of our youth. My older sister is 2 years older than me, so she acted like a spoiled teenager most of her life. She only just now, in her middle adulthood, has started acting like an adult. And I can say that with love. We now get along, which is lovely. I'm absolutely adoring that we get along now. But she gave me 4 beautiful nieces and an adorable nephew. And I can say that, but he is now 16, taller than me, which is not hard to do. But he's like over 6 feet tall and has a little mustache and a deep, deep voice. He's not my baby anymore. Well, he is always going to be my baby, but I call him Booby. And then my youngest is 13, and she's my buggy. So, but anyway, off that. But the back says somebody's feral ant and has the rock hand. So, thought they would all get a kick out of that. And they are the type of kids who would get a kick out of this shirt. My sister, Schnook, saw it and had to have one too. She said, I'm one too. I need one. I need one. So she got one in a purple color. Anyway, what we are here for. Let's start with a finished object. I finished the, I had this and it was in my head, the pattern name, and it's gone again. Let me look it up. Let me look it up real quick. Oh, I think it's called the shilling hat. Yeah, let me look it up real quick. I got this pattern from, yes, it's called the shilling hat with 2 L's. And I made it in Red Heart Super Saver Stripes camouflage. It actually has the name Stripes on it. It has some cabling. And it's knit. But I did not follow the pattern because I thought that's going to come out like slouchy. It came out too short because I thought I knew better than the pattern. So if any, I'm going to donate it. And it's got lots of dog hair on it. I'm going to donate it, and someone who fits it can have it. But came out very nice. So I am remaking it, and it's a very good pattern. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. Wait, is it free on Ravelry or it's free to download. It is free wherever, yeah, you can download it free off of the site. But it has directions to knit it in the round or knit it flat. And it's very easy to follow. It has a small bit of chart for knitting the cables, but I'm going to hold it like this so you can see the cables. I'm back on the chart already. Doesn't take very long. And see, I have these because when I do the repeats, I mess up if I don't have my markers every which way, and it's not hard to just put the markers and keep yourself straight. So there I am. I got my little clappy hands to keep them on the cable or on the needles. So there you go. And I got it in my watermelon bag that I made. So those I'm making for my friend Deidre's son. Something else I'm working on is I am making a... Oh, I forgot to bring over the matching hat, which is something else I finished. Give me just a second. Last month for Crafting Kitty's Creator Spotlight, I didn't get my entries in on time, but I did participate, and it was Repeat Crafter Me, and I did a polar bear beanie. It looks so sad, but it's awfully big. I did it exactly as it called for, and it's big on my head. So I thought, who's always saying they have a big noggin? Joe Garden State Gardener. So I asked him if he would wear this, and I showed it to him, even with the sparkle, and he's like, sure. So I'm going to send this to him. And I was making... I should put a stitch marker in this. It's pulling out the stitches. A matching pocket scarf. So I'm continuing to make that. And so that is my work in progress right now, is the pocket scarf. And I'm making it longer than they call for, because when I tried on the length they called for, it was my length. And I know he's a taller guy. And whether he uses this or gives it to Joey or gives it to Julie, I'm only 5'2". Anybody's going to have longer arms than me. I have little T-Rex arms. So I'm just going to make it a little bit longer. And that way, you know, it's not scrunching them up. But it's the polar bear hat, and it's going to be a matching pocket scarf. But this month's creator spotlight is Sweet Pea Sid, who is a friend of mine, and I have been wanting to do some of her projects forever. And this is like the what do they call it? Not catharsis. I think that means to stay still. This is the ignition, but this is what, pushes me along. This is what ignites me, and I have already started two. One I'm almost done with in the beginning of the month, too. I mean, oh my gosh, Mel. But, and then the other I started last night. It's her new crochet along. She has one going, and she'll be releasing the second part next Sunday. So if you want to do something, it's a beautiful shawl. It's called the Pretty Please with the Cherry on Top shawl. But I am knitting, and I'm using straight needles because apparently Mel doesn't have any cable needles that are 5.5 millimeter unless she uses her interchangeables. And I'm like, how can I not have a single cable needle that's 5.5 millimeter? I mean, I could have gone with a 5 millimeter, but I'm doing her Knitted Fishtail Headband. So look at that. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. I know. I'm getting there. I'm almost there. Only a little bit longer, and it's only a 2-row repeat, so it's going real fast. I'm doing it while we watch TV and stuff. I'm using Big Twist Value, and I think it's just called Speckled Blue. Speckled Blues. So it wants to mess me up with the name because I keep wanting to call it Blue Speckles. Speckled Blues. Why can't they name it something that, I can remember? So that's a 4-weight, and it's 100% acrylic, and it's 269 yards. And I won 2 of those in August. Same place I won the pastry puffs. So, and it's very soft, and yeah, getting there. I mean, it's all the way around my ears, so I just got to get the rest of it. I like it to go over my ears, so got to get to go around the back of my head now. And I have been working on my socks. Not going to bother showing my socks because you can't see what I've managed to accomplish. I don't have a stitch marker in it because it's such fine yarn that it would pull on the yarn. Something I've been working on since last month is a shawl from Underground. What the heck is going on over here? It's chaos. It's havoc. I don't know. Is a shawl from Underground Crafter. She was running a giveaway and a crochet along called Gift to Myself Crochet Along, and I was doing one of the patterns from it. It was called a Gift to Myself Crescent Shawl, and it was one of her patterns. Now I have extended the shawl because it was a shawlette, really. So I'm using one of the mill ends I got from Hirschner's, cotton mill ends. And it actually was the only one I got with sparkle in it. And it just looks pink right now. But it goes to a peppermint red. I'm calling the mill end peppermint because it goes from white all the way to peppermint red. So I wanted to use the whole cake. So, it's granny. And then here, where you see this bit, this is where it ended, and then it did like a shell border. This double crochet chain one. I started doing the grannies again, and I'm just repeating this whole section. And we're going to see how much I need to repeat to use up the rest of the yarn, because we've got a lot more yardage to cover. I mean, ground to cover here since it's bigger. And I'll just keep repeating until I use up the yarn. And then I'll do the edging and the border again. So we'll see. But it's very nice, and hopefully it will be big enough and will use up the yarn. And I had my other Sid one, yes, and it's in one of my Queen's Crafts by Bridget's bag that I got recently. And let me pull this out so you can peek at the inside, which is another sugar skull with sparkles. And I'm using my Crystal the Ernie Chicken crochet hook that she made me. I ordered that one. I also ordered this bag. And this is I'm using another Hirschner mill end. This one goes from purples to pinks. I thought cherry on top, use kind of a, pinky, whatever. But right now it's in the whites. And So that's as far as I got. And then I got a little confused by the repeats. And I'm thinking I'm going to make that one as big as the cake needs too, because she's saying it's only going to take like 500 yards. I want to use the whole cake. I don't want to stop and it still be white. I want to use the whole cake. So we'll see what we do. We'll see if I can make it bigger or what. I believe that may be all of my Mel's makes for right now. I think so. I think that might be it. Well, I'm working. I am getting almost done with the Genie V graph GAN. You can't really see the I might be able to see the progress. If I can get the puppies off of the bed, I will lay it out on there and get a still photo or a video of it and add it on to this. Okay? All right. I will talk to you guys later, and shine bright. And there will be an update on the cowl that I'm going to do, the crochet along. I am still trying to get a hold of Mama G. I know she's already doing her make along, so I told her I can totally do the crochet along by myself if she is too busy. I don't want to pressure her with more things, but I want to get her confirmation first, because I also don't, if she wants to be part of it, I don't want to exclude her without talking to her first. But I love you all. Shine bright, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.